What's going on, everyone? Sorry about that little bit of silence. This is Jeff at Geek Driven. We're here for another episode of Cover Lovers, and look who we got. We got Dale and Mike, and we are here for to talk about incentive covers and store exclusives. But before we get going, Mike and Dale, how are you guys doing?
I'm good.
That's good. You have anything? Did you get anything new this week?
Yes.
What'd you get?
I get the real comic. Like I get.
You got Transformers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Transformers.
You got a Chrome Dome.
Chrome Dome.
Yeah, Chrome Dome. Very cool. And we watched Bumblebee this week, which he's probably a little young, so nobody judge me out there. And
we saw that. We saw the talking one because that was my favorite.
You're okay, Mike, because I was at an event yesterday, like a Funko event, and a little girl comes up. We have a bloody sign, and she goes, "I want that one. I want the bloody sign." And I go, "What?" She looks like she's 7 or 8, and her parents are right behind her. And I go, why does she want the bloody one? She goes, "Oh, I've seen Annabelle." And I go, "What? Oh, you're those parents."
All right, I'm not that. Like I fast forwarded the popping the humans scenes in that. Because I thought that was a little much. So I thought like robot, what are you doing? I thought the robot violence thing was fine, but human violence not. Would you stop it? You're being weird. All right. Hey, say hello to everybody. Hey, say hello to Trish. She's in the chat.
Hello,
Trish.
Trish.
What'd you call her? Tritchy? Trish. Yeah.
Nickname.
So it's been a good week. I'm looking forward to hanging and talking about some covers. It looks like it might just be you and me. Rob, there he is.
There we go.
What's up, Rob?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you through the speakers on the laptop, but I'm talking through the mic on the headset.
Okay.
So your headphones died. Just the mic works. Sir, you have a new job. You're gonna have to spend a little bit of that extra cash from your job to get a new setup.
I want to destroy this whole setup.
Hey, hi.
This is Max, everybody.
Hi, hey, Max.
Hi, cover nerds. How's it going? Yay!
One day we'll have the Cover Lovers show, and we'll have 2 little Mikeys to talk to us.
That's right. Right, buddy?
That's awesome. Oh, thank God you're back though, Big Rock. Because I was like, I'm gonna have to do this show, and I won't be able to
it's
do
gonna be
anything.
The fastest show on the planet. But Jeff and I going sucks, move on, sucks, move on, sucks, move on. That would be the end of it. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
All right, you can hear me.
How you doing this week, Rob? You good?
All right, let me turn off this headset. Let's see if you can hear me still.
He has no idea what I just asked him.
This is going to be bad. He's turning off something, and that's just doesn't sound like it's going to be working well.
Nope.
See, I told you. You back? You good? Big Rob,
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right, so I got to listen to the speakers on the computer and talk to the mic on the headset. That's ridiculous.
That's annoying. That's super annoying. I think it's time for a new setup.
Yeah, oh my God, I'm so pissed. All right.
Well, while you get settled, let me do all
go for it.
All the stuff here. Okay, let's give a shout out to our sponsors. If you use code Nerdvana14, you'll get 30 days of unlimited cover price for only 99 cents. So go on, sign up, type in Nerdvana14, get your first 30 days for free, and trust me, you're gonna enjoy this. You get to put your collection in there, you get to track everything. It's a very cool, easy tool to use. So check it out, Nerdvana14. And also, if you want some books, some store exclusives, I think they even have toys and other books incentives. You can go to Bird City Comics and you can save 10% using the code TNH10. Again, save 10% at Bird City Comics by using the code TNH10. And then we can also give a shout out here to our 4 horsemen. We give a shout out to Sante Rude. We give a shout out to Something Wong, Danime, etc. and Glenn 2K12 from across the pond. Thank you, fellas, for being our moderators. We really appreciate you guys. And also give a shout out to our resident DJ at Beats by Monster. Thank you, Eddie. Always appreciate you and can't wait to see you again, man. Hopefully you come down to WonderCon or something. All right. With that said, let's find out who's here in the chat because there's a lot of people here already. All right.
These girls might outnumber boys in the chat right now. I love it.
Good.
We're close.
We need more opinions. We've got GT Key Comic here first, of course. And then we got Uncle Rudy in the house. Of course, we've got Copy. Oh, thank God he's not on the panel. No, we love Copy. I can't wait to hear you nag on all the covers except for the DC ones and find out. And you're excited anyways. You're on your DC heaven, flip right now with James Gunn.
Yeah, finally you guys get some love. It's about time.
Exactly. And we got Batman, speaking of DC love. Thank you for showing up, Doreen. And then we've got Film Noir 565. Thank you so much for dropping in. Appreciate it. And then we can go down to look who's here. We got Trish in the house.
What's up,
Trish Forstner.
I just saw a fresh batch of Trish Forstner covers in my diamond box today.
That's awesome. And then we got a Facebook user. I don't know who it is, but thank you so much for sharing. Appreciate you stopping in to watch us. And then we've got Sticks Boy 73. What's going on? Appreciate you dropping in, of course, always. And then we've got 19 Cohiba 75. All right, back again. Thank you so much for dropping in.
I love the surprise in your voice, Jeff.
I was like,
again? You heard us once and you want to watch us again?
I'm happy. I'll stay surprised. That's a good happy accident for us. But now that we've gone through the chat, Big Rob, you want to get us going on the deck?
All right. At least the mic works. It's just now I get muffled. All right, let me present here. Let's see here. Let's move it over here. And boom, there you go. Okay, so cover lovers. Let's move on.
Trish,
really?
You promised you wouldn't say that, Trish.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's a brony.
Okay, so full disclosure, I do now have one
Busted.
My Little Pony comic.
Oh,
It's
you
because it's the
qualify as a brony.
crossover with Transformers that
Wow.
Trish drew a story for. So there's two reasons to want it. One big reason not to want it, but two reasons to want it. Sorry, bronies. I just don't get you. I'm sorry. I don't understand it.
Don't apologize. You're part of the group now. So.
Oh, wow. Because I have one comic book. I'm going to rip out the title
Qualify.
story. I'm just going to leave
Qualify.
the Transformers story in there.
All right, so it looks like we got from DC Superman #1. We got the 1 in 25 by Andy Kubert, the 1 in 50 by Tom Derenick, and the 1 in 100 by Simone Di Mayo. All right, Mike, go for it.
Whew, definitely not the Derenick. That's way too much background, not enough image. It's, I guess, an interesting idea. Certainly not incentive looking. Not great art either, which it should be Derenick. Sorry, I think that's how you say it. Yeah, it's meh. Kubert is it actually the effect of the black and white works really well on that cover. I actually kind of like it. I don't normally like black and whites. And the Simone Di Mayo, the colors blend too much. They're too similar to each other. And so the detail gets kind of lost in it. So I really don't like any of these, but I guess if I had to choose, because I do like the impact of the black against the white, I'll go with the Kubert. I think it's the best of the three, but that is not saying much. They're all pretty much trash, to be honest with you.
Yikes. All right, Jeff.
Sorry, not a good start.
That's why I started laughing earlier. I was like, oh, God, here we go.
I am going to try to be positive tonight, I promise, but not on this one.
Oh, I was thinking the same thing earlier today, but damn it. I guess let's start with the Hubert. I can kind of dig it, but maybe because of the shadowing and the negative space, there looks like there are some parts of his body that are slightly off, like the hands or arms, or it just looks a little weird. It's okay, but I don't know if it's a 1 in 25. Completely agree with the Dernick. I am completely lost on this one. It doesn't make any sense to me, really, especially for a 1 in 50. This is card. I don't even know if it's a B cover. The Simone de Mail, you know, for as much as you say, and I completely agree with you, the colors, because they're so similar in the background and the forefront on her, it kind of washes itself and it looks a little blurry to me at some points. But I do like parts of it, like the S. I like part of her looks great, part of her doesn't. But of course, it's not a 1 in 100, so I don't know. I don't want to pick any of these. I have to go the Hubert too. I'm not paying 1 in 100 for the Simone, even though I kind of dig the art a little bit.
I do too. I think if it had like one more rendering layer, Trish, that's for you. Everybody drink. Then I think it could have been really impactful. I think it actually could have been a cool cover, but it's
maybe a shadowing under her, a darker blue, something.
Yeah, everything just ends up getting washed out.
Yeah,
which is not good. And Lords, I'm sorry. I'm gonna backtrack for a second. I won't do this much tonight, but there was a podcast I used to watch that I used to hate. Actually, I was on it briefly. Where there was somebody who was always negative, and I vowed that I would never do that. And I know that I'm negative a lot, but I really love to be positive about these covers. I really do love looking at covers, and I really want to like them. So, but I'm not going to lie when I don't. And also, I'm from Brooklyn, so not originally, but I lived there forever. I'm sure you can understand as another fellow Brooklynite that, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to say what I think.
I'm with you, Mike. Yeah, I'm an Asian with Asian background, growing up Asian. So we're always taught to be humble. So I finally get a chance to just say what's on my mind. I'm going to do it. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be negative. I really love all art, honestly. But there are some art that you just go, well, I wouldn't want to put money into it.
Right.
I can appreciate all art.
Hey, at the end of the day, all these guys got paid for
Hell
these covers.
Yeah.
So
they're doing stuff they love.
That's true. And honestly, every one of these artists has great covers. Kubert, Derenick, and DeMeo all have good covers. So these just don't happen to be among them, but it's not like these are bad artists. They have covers I like, just not today.
Yeah. I kind of agree with all you guys in general. If I remove the incentive part out of it, because none of these are incentive.
Right.
And honestly, I don't like the black and white at all. And the male's pretty generic. I know you guys hate the generic, but it's totally different to me. Something totally different is Superman being a douchebag on a photo. He's like, he actually gave this photo to somebody too, to Bibbo from Superman. And I appreciate the art of booze on the cover. So that's something totally different. It's just something. It's totally different. I hate the generic wall, but at least it's something different. And I guess if I had a gun to my head, I'd probably go with that. But yeah, none of them are good, and definitely not incentive worthy. They're all AB covers for sure.
I would appreciate that Superman picture have been like him saving somebody after him saving somebody. So this is so weird.
That's why I picked it, because it's just so weird.
Yeah, like a selfie of him with the person he saved. That might have been funny.
Right. Like the bar owner.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, exactly. The bar owner. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. His arm around his neck with the bar owner looking like he's struggling because just an arm around the neck is enough to kill him.
It's too heavy.
Yeah.
All right, let's move away from this.
Let's move on. Yeah, too much time on this one.
Too much. All right, let's see what we got next. Ooh, a lot better here from much DC better. Comics. This is the Batman One Bad Day, Clayface #1. we got the 1 in 25 by Hayden Sherman, the 1 in 50 by Jorge Corona, and the 1 in 100 by Brian Bolin. I'll go first on this one because I'll do the. I think they're all in general all great. 1 in 100 is kind of rough on the one on the right. I said a 1 in 100. I'm not sure, but I love the 1 in 25. That is Universal Monsters all the way, 1940s Casablanca, all that vibe. Yep. I love the neon green with the bright yellow font there, and the Batman's a little off, but it's fine. It still works. I love that. I wish it wasn't a 125 because I wish I had to just pay $4 for it. I totally grab it for $4.
Yeah.
But yeah, the 150 is okay, but it's not a 150 worthy. But they're all fine. It's all great art. It's just the 125 for my aesthetics. I love that one. That's the winner for me. Jeff, what do you think?
I 100% agree. The Corona is just why would that even be on an incentive cover? That just doesn't make sense. The 1 in 100, good art. I just wouldn't pay 1 in 100 for that. And the 1 in 25 it totally steals it. The pulpy, the color, the poster, homage. It's just so cool. Yeah, the Batman's whatever, but forget the Batman. Batman's small on there. Everything else is awesome. I really dig that. I wish that was a poster. That would be very cool. I bet you they make that a poster one day. Yeah, so I pick the 1 in 25. I take the Hayden Sherman.
Yeah, no, there's no contest here. That Sherman is fantastic. That's a really beautiful cover. He nailed all the little details about those, old 1940s movie posters, including like the angle of the font, everything. I mean, I'm guessing it's probably copying some poster that I'm not.
I think it's Casablanca or
maybe
Scarface.
Casablanca. Yeah, that makes sense. I can picture like Humphrey Bogart down there where Batman is and the whole thing. I actually kind of like the Batman, to be honest. You guys don't love it, but I think that cover's nearly perfect. The Corona is a piece of panel art to me. It doesn't look like it should be an incentive. The Bolin's got great line work. I'm not a fan of the subject in this particular case. Like the way that he did Clayface is not my favorite, but it's still cool and creepy. I think one of the problems I'm having with the Bolin is it's reminding me of that terrible Immortal Hulk cover that they did, the 1 in 25 for the second print. It doesn't look like that, but it's reminding me enough of it that I kind of hate the Bolin, not because of anything Bolin did wrong, but because of how bad that other cover was. But yeah, that Sherman is fantastic. I really would like to see if I can snag that thing this week. I doubt my shop will get one, but I love it. I think it's great.
I'm looking at the Bolin, and all I'm thinking is basket case or Chet.
Oh, Chet! Oh my God!
And basket case is that horror movie, right? So
yes.
Ugh.
Yep. Oh my gosh, Chet! I can't get Chet out of my head now. Oh, that's hysterical.
I love that movie.
I haven't thought about that movie in a long time. Wow.
Nice. Well, what's next, Big Rob?
All right, let's move on to the next one. Let's skip. Oh, he did skip one. All right, okay. I went too fast. Another DC book. Alonzo loves DC, man. He's a secret DC fan.
He is.
Batman, Superman, World's Finest 12. We got the 1 in 25 by Max Dunbar, and the 1 in 50 by Sweeney Boo. Mike, go for it.
The Dunbar's way, way, way too busy for me. You know me. I don't really like covers that are that manic. It's just too much to wrap my head around. There's nothing wrong with any of it. It's well done for what it is, but it just doesn't do it for me. The Sweeney Boo, I like elements of it. Again, it's a little busy for my tastes, but I like her style on this particular one. Not a huge fan of the way she does faces, though. So that's my sort of biggest issue in general. But I like the way she does the sort of color splashes with no outlines. It's a cool sort of, I don't know. I don't really know what that style is called. I'm sure there's a name for it. Maybe Trish can tell us. But I like the way the colors are done. I like the way it's laid out. It's just they're both a little too busy for me. So, neither of them really do it for me. But if I have to choose, then it's the Sweeney Boo. I really don't like the other one.
I guess I'll go.
Sorry,
Yeah,
my security thing went up, so I froze for a second. Yeah,
it's
go
all
ahead, Jeff.
good. Yeah, I'm Dunbar is just whatever's. It's not terrible art. It's just like you said, it's way too busy. I have no idea what is going on that cover. That's how busy it is. I can't focus. The Sweeney Boo, I agree. When I first saw it, I just go, "Oh, that's okay." And then I'm starting getting over some of these. Just I drew this character. I'm just gonna throw on this cover, and then I'm gonna put drew a separate one. I'm just gonna throw it on that cover, and just it feels so. It doesn't feel like it fits. And so the face thing, yeah, I get it. It's more anime, more cartoonish.
Which you know me, I don't love in general.
Exactly. So yeah, that's gonna turn some people off. I don't mind it, and I'm not mad at it.
Drink,
Yeah.
everybody drink.
I think the art and for me personally, just like another one is just remove the incentive part away because these really are not incentives.
Nah, they're beat covers.
But it's just in the art itself. The art on both covers are fine. I understand that the left, the Dunbar's busy. I get that. It's not definitely, it is busy. And the right one, it does have the animated look, but it definitely works for some folks. And I think people will look for these. And it was a Superman, Batman, like at least a Homer that was really into these books. I definitely would want to have on my collection, but I'm not. If I had to pick one, I'd probably go with the busy one, the Dunbar. I just something about it. The colors remind me of very 80s vibe of Batman Superman. I don't know why. It just gives me that feeling. And the craziness of the toys attacking Batman Superman. That's interesting to me. I find that interesting. Just all the different little characters attacking them, and they're worried. So that's interesting. So if I had to pick one, Max Dunbar. But yeah,
that must be Toyman.
It has to be. I'm assuming that's where the story is at. I don't read this book, so.
Do you prefer short ears Infantino Batman or long ears Kelly Jones Batman?
Yeah, it's
it's a little,
day, right?
Little stubby there.
Yeah, on the right. Yeah. All right, let's move on. Another DC. We got DC's War of the Undead Gods #6 is number the 1 in 25 by Francesco Mattina and the 1 in 50 by Son Kamunaki or Kamunka. I don't know. Kamunaki, I'm gonna say.
Isn't that face is that really that person or is that somebody else?
Is that Megan Fox?
No,
I swear it's another artist.
I swear it's another artist. Maybe Alonso messed up on this one. I'm not sure, but whatever. We'll leave it as that. So, Jeff, go for it, man.
All right. I don't like the Sun one. I'm not gonna say his last name. I'm gonna murder it. Yeah, it's kind of whatever. I don't know if I dig the angle and everything, like the posing of the character. It just kind of blah, and it looks like another BC cover. That Francisco Mattina, I'm digging it. I like it. It's really kind of there's layers to it. Like if I have to keep looking at it, and there's more layers to it that I'm seeing. So I kind of dig that. There's like a face on top of a face here. That's kind of cool.
By the way, that is the artist.
Yeah, and I like Mattina anyways. This isn't like his other Batmans though. Like his Batman get really dark, the shading, the lighting, and it's too overdrawn sometimes. I don't think this one is overdrawn. So I take the 1 in 25.
I don't know if you heard me, Jeff, by the way, but that is her picture. That is the right artist.
It is?
Yeah.
I swear to God, that's somebody else, but I guess not.
I Googled her, and she's her name's all over all those pictures. So
I must have messed up.
I guess I'll go next real quick. Before I let Mike go here, I'll pick the Mattina 1 in 25. It's just better in general. The other one, the one on the right, the Sun, it's not bad. It's just too over. I don't know, over digital for me. It's just too store exclusive vibe. It's just that generic store exclusive vibe to me. It's just, which I don't like at all. Just some sexy lady with a tight outfit. I'm like, oh, okay, what about it? Yeah, you got to do a lot more to get me intrigued. And the one on the left is more intriguing. It's just something about the eyes, Chico. They never lie. On Catwoman, they sucked me in a bit. The claws is just the motion. It's really good art from Matina. 1 in 25. It's definitely a better price point too. I'll go with that one, Mike.
Yeah, I'm in the exact same boat. The Matina is actually really interesting this time. I agree with what Jeff said. Matinas are always so damn dark, and I think that he's using that often to hide things. And there's nothing being hidden in this particular cover. There's definitely a lot of focus on detail here. You know me, I'm not a huge fan of the digital thing. I think we're all going to look back 20 years from now and laugh at all these digital covers. The way that we make fun of 90s like foils and holograms and things like that, we're going to similarly make fun of the trend to go essentially make all these characters look like video game characters, and we're going to hate these covers. But the Matina is actually really interesting, and I haven't liked a cover from him in a fairly long time. He did like a Penguin cover maybe 2 years ago that I liked, and I haven't liked much since, but I do like this one, and so it's the winner all day. And again, with the Sun Kaminaki, it just feels like someone trying to be Art Germ, but not doing a great job. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm over artists trying to be other artists as well. So
it's Art Germ with the Nakayama pose.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, very few artists could pull off that digital look, like Art Germ, right?
Yeah, and the only other digital look that works is that like Bjorn Beren's super detailed thing. Now, I don't always like Berenz's work, but there's that style, whatever that style is called in the digital world. It
works for him, yeah.
It does, yep.
Okay, all right. So, okay, good stuff. Also, by the way, if anybody knows on the chat, let me know, because I used to read the story. This used to be a really good story. It's still really good to read. I'm curious.
I heard it was good, but let's go ask Copy, I guess.
Yeah, there's a pretty good A or B cover for this week too. I can't remember what it is exactly, but I remember there being one really good one.
Undead, the C stuff always had good art and good stories from what I remember. So
yeah.
All right, so let's move on to some independents away from the DC world. We got Something's Killing the Children, number 29. They got the 125 by Andre Sorrentino and the 150 by Guillen March. The 150. I'll go first on this one. They're both good art. They're totally different style, totally different idea. It's the same. I'm assuming it's the same character. I'm not sure if it's the same character.
It looks like her. It looks like Erica.
Yeah, I think it is Erica. But I do like the Sorrentino, but I'm liking more the March, the 1 in 50. I know it's very pretty, very clean. It's not what this character's about, and even with all that blood on her, but it gives me, I guess it gives me that nostalgic vibe of those old 80s salon posters, which I think we mentioned this before on the show. It just has those very sharp like jaw definition there. She's very square jaw, right? Or I guess you could say on a square, but it's very, the angles are perfectly, everything about the angles are really well done. Her shoulders are a little pointy there, but maybe she's just skinny, right? So they got those sharp shoulders. But the blades everywhere. You guys see the reflection of the monster on her blades, which is cool. And the hair is on point, even with all that blood. So if I had to pick, I'd probably go with the March, the 1 in 50. And this might not be for everybody, but I personally like that one. So, Mike?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, especially since the Sorrentino is also the A cover. Of course, with all the words splashed across it, but and I like it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's kind of meh, and we've seen it 1,000 times in other places. The Guillaume March is actually good. It's that whole, you're right, that Vidal Sassoon, like 1980s. Your hair could look like this. It's cool. I like it. It's got great line work. It's laid out really, really nicely. It's bright. These covers are usually really dark, and I like that this one's a little bit brighter.
Something different.
Yeah, it's a little bit different for this series, which, it's really hard to do that when there's 50 covers per issue on this thing. So I like it better from an artistic standpoint. I'll buy neither of them. I'll probably buy the really crappy. I'll probably try to get my hands on the really crappy one per store instead, just because if anything's gonna be worth anything, it's gonna be that one. But I'm likely to pass on all of it and maybe buy the A cover. It's not even really been that great of a story lately. It's kind of meh to me. I loved when through the first 15 or 20, but I'm a little over it at this point. I think it's
time. That's when I fall off too.
I think it's time to end it.
I agree. 30 should be the last.
Yep.
He is gonna die on that hill. I swear to God.
The 30 should be the last one.
Hey, Big Rob, we'll see.
Yeah, that's my line. That's why I stopped. Go ahead, Jeff. I follow you.
I actually, I'm not mad at the Sorrentino.
No, it's not bad. No.
I dig the negative space on this one. But you're right. It is generic. The fact that it is an A cover as well. But I do like the fact that it takes up the whole cover. So a virgin works on this one.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys are absolutely right. The Guild March is just sticks out to me, pops out. It's gives me Ian Flux kind of vibes as well.
I was gonna say that very 80s anime vibe.
It gives me that vibe, very much vibe. Like I feel like that fast moving with the blood coming across. Like that's what I like. I dig that. At first, I thought the angles were wrong with the wrists, the bent, the way the swords are bigger in the front, like the view. Like it's actually looks right. I keep looking at it closer and closer. Everything looks okay, even with the shoulders kind of up, because that's how she was able to put her hands up higher. Yeah, the shoulders get popped up. So I mean, it all makes sense to me.
Or right enough to suspend disbelief anyway.
Exactly. Yeah. And with the whole Ian Flux feel to it, then I can get a little bit more leeway to it, right?
I loved Ian Flux, man. I missed that now. I got to go back and watch those.
I love that.
That's so good.
Dude. It was way ahead of its time.
I agree. Yeah.
So, yeah, I take the 1 in 50, but like you guys said, I don't know if the art's worth 1 in 50 for me personally. You would need the book value as well. So I don't think because it's kind of going downhill for me. It sucks. So
Apollo, you remembered wow, I couldn't remember what the hell that was called. Liquid Television.
Yes.
Wow. Bravo, sir. Good memory.
Instead, it should have ended at 20.
It should have. You're right. Or at least at 24 at the end of that story arc and then been done.
Exactly. 2 more notes on my end. I feel like the Sorrentino, they could have that's almost like he took a real picture of somebody and he just messed with it on Photoshop.
Posterized it, yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
It does
and in the March, I swear the blood looks like the slime from Ghostbusters too. But it's just me.
The river?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, underneath in the subway?
Yeah.
Oh, the emotion ooze.
Let's move on. All right. So another independent here. We got Liquid Kill. And this is the 1 in 25 by a mystery guest. And the 1 in 50 by Shintaro Kago. Mike, what do you think?
The 1 in 25, which is I think a Ex Machina homage. Is that right? I think it is.
Or the one, what's that anime? The one that Scarlett Johansson played.
Under the Skin.
Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell. That's it. Sorry, you're right. That's the one. Ghost in the Shell. It's cool. It's creepy, and I like the way it's done. It's also, of course, sexy.
Also has the logo. Yeah, I just noticed it. Yeah.
But in its weird, kind of creepy sci-fi way. I also like the art on the Shintaro Kago one. It's cool, a lot of lines and cool colors, watercolor stuff, lots of detail, very interesting cover, cool design aesthetic to it. I really actually kind of like both of these covers. I think for my personal tastes, the 1 in 25 ekes out the win, even though I generally don't like homages, but this is a cool, more obscure one. So I'm cool with it. And I think it's done really, really well. But I do actually like both of these pieces.
Excellent. Let me go next, Jeff.
Go.
I was going to say the Kago is if Momoko was actually taking her time to do art correctly.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, this like the detailed lines, it's just the right circles, everything is done. We could tell he took his time making this piece of art, and it's great. I love it. But I like more of the mystery guest art here. We don't know who the hell drew this.
Let's see if I can figure that out while we're. moving on.
Yeah, and the triangle should have been immediately a giveaway for Ghost in the Shell, right? Because that little triangle.
I'm dumb. I got the wrong name in my head and I couldn't get it out. So
yeah, the cables too. Oh, and the Uzi told it, but regardless, this is a whatnot publishing. We're not going to discriminate against that. It was still beautiful art. I'll be honest, I've been liking their art on some of the covers, and
oh yeah, I only have a problem with those quested ones, which are just phoned in.
Yeah,
those stupid Zelda covers. But I've
liked the ones I buy.
What did you buy it? Did you buy them?
Yeah, I told you this. I'm the sucker that buys that shit. But yeah, the Ghost in the Shell homage. It's simple. I know there's a lot of empty space, but it has purpose. It's telling you that she's in a holding room, some sort of a storage
Gabrielle Lumazark
is the artist.
Gabriel Lumazark is the artist.
There you go, Apollo.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, they're both good. I'm like, maybe on a different day, I like more the Chicago. It's just, I guess for the wallet, the 125. I want if this story is the number one. If this story has any weight, it has any popularity. These could be big books in the future. Who knows? So. We can't really fail if you like one or the other. So, but for me, I'll go with the Ghost in the Shell homage because that's a cool homage. So
yeah,
I go with that one.
Jeff? I agree that homage is cool because it's not done a lot. Matter of fact, I don't even think I've ever seen it done.
Ghost in the Shell is very rare. They don't do it a lot.
No, but this particular Ghost in the Shell, they've done other Ghost in the Shell homages because there's
the poster.
Yeah, exactly. But this one in particular, that's kind of crazy. It gives me that Human Centipede vibe because it's kind of so freaky horror-ish because of all the things sticking out of them. Honestly, so the Shintaro Kago is like, it's giving me a Avatar Last Airbender / Doctor Strange mix.
Yeah.
With the whole who's freak? I just lost the name of the artist. But who did Doctor Strange back in the days with all the crazy psychedelic kind of damn, he's famous too.
Oh, Steranko?
Yeah. Is it Steranko? Yeah.
He's the godfather of that,
yeah. The whole kind of different crazy shapes, different forms, and the colors, like I dig all of that. So like I'm actually gonna go with the Shintaro, but I agree it's only by like a scotch, like just a scotch for me. I dig both covers. I honestly think the 1 in 25 though is value wise, it's the one that you want to invest in.
Yeah. And even though we said it earlier, if you want to see how it's spelled, Sticks put the artist name in the chat.
There you go.
It's Gabrielle
Lumazark.
Yeah, Gabrielle Lumazark. Yeah. Okay, let's move on.
Yes, Ditko. Thank you.
Ditko. Sorry, Ditko.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, Steranko did the psychedelic stuff too, but on S.H.I.E.L.D. and Nick Fury, not on.
I guess, yeah, Ditko. But all right, we got a Amazing Spider-Man. What issues is 19, 18? We don't have an issue number here, but
19 sounds right.
Yeah, 1 in 25 by Terry Dobson. Jeff, you're a Spider-Man fan. Let's do it.
Okay. I like Dotson too. Damn it. It's like I'm not getting what I want to see from a Dotson piece of art. Because the faces are smashed together, part of their heads are covered with arms. This doesn't look right.
Hold up, Jeff. Is Dobson the same name of the agent from Jurassic Park who's buying the shaving cream from the fat dude from Seinfeld? Dotson. We got a Dotson here. Is that the same name?
He's saying that about the other guy, isn't he, at the table?
The agent, the guy's trying to buy the shaving cream.
Yeah, nobody cares.
DNA.
I didn't put two and two together.
His name is Gendry or something like that, isn't it?
I don't know. For some reason, I'm thinking that guy Dotson. Maybe it's not in my mind. Who knows? There you go. Sorry, Jeff. I cut through your.
No, that's fine. Because trust me, you were just saving me from killing this cover.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I don't like it. It's not an incentive. It's not I don't even think it's an A or B cover, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
It just looks like a panel. With one little panel too.
Yeah.
It feels like it's missing stuff.
It's missing a lot. Like the coloring in the background is so muted, and the details in the background are muted because of the colors. It's just And I don't even know if there's enough details in the background anyways.
It looks like stuff got blocked out for layout and then never finished.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it feels like to me. Yeah,
it should have come out last week.
And Doreen says it right. I mean, Dotson has some great covers. I'm in the camp that's like, man, he's underappreciated. He's been doing great covers, just as good as some of the Adam Hughes covers that have been alongside it for years. But this does not help his case. This is just a boring cover that's missing stuff, and it's not his best work.
This feels like something he just had laying around, and he's just like, here you go.
Yeah, it does kind of look like that.
All right. Well, I think we all agree we don't like this cover. We're not going to berate it because we like Dobson too much here. Yeah, so we'll move on.
I do. All
right. Oh, I know Mike hates him, but me and Jeff are all about this. I think Jeff is. This is Thor. What issues is it? I lost track. What issue is this? This is a 125. Of course, this is a Dotterman. This is his stick, his gimmick. Not everybody likes it, but I personally do. And I started with the first one, Rogue, and I bought a bunch of these. And it's Thor. He's my favorite superhero. Before the MCU, I liked Thor when nobody really cared because he was stupid looking with his wings in his head. But I appreciate what it's his gimmick. It's his generic gimmick he does all the time, but I like it. It's Thor through the years. And plus an incentive that could make it a little more special, not just a regular B or C cover. And before we let Mike destroy this cover, Jeff.
I'm glad you went to me first. Okay, so I'm going to be quite honest here. Do I think the art on these are great? Nah. I'm not delusional. Okay. Are they cool? Yes, to me they're cool because I like to see on a cover, all the different versions of that character that's been drawn in the history. Of course, with this many damn characters, I don't expect them to draw them great anyways. That's a lot of drawing. There's a lot of the same things that they're doing. And it's not like it's what's his name, Scron or the guy who does all the like store exclusives and incentives with all like the big scenes, like in the diner. All the characters. Yeah. Like there's like 100 characters in there. He can draw them individually great. This guy didn't take Dotterman does not take the time to do that, so I get it.
No.
1 in 25. Okay, so here's my thing on this. This one is not worth the 1 in 25, but I'm probably still gonna get it because I'm a sucker like Big Rob. And
worth double, bro.
Yeah, I know, and I dig Thor. I like all the different versions, so I'm cool. I'll probably still get it. I don't think it should be 50 or even 30. Honestly, I still think it should be a $20 book, maybe 25. Nope. And that's just because of the collectability, the completionist.
It's only $1.25 per Thor. That's funny.
That'd be freaking hilarious. All right, Big Mike.
I'm not going to destroy it, but here. Okay, let me be positive. First of all, it's issue 31. I just looked it up. Secondarily, the only reason why I think these covers can be cool and good investments is if there's a version on there that appears first on this cover. Those can be cool. There was a Deadpool like that a couple of years ago, I remember, and in the past there have been those covers where they're crazy, but somewhere it's the first time you've ever seen that version of the character. And so that could be cool if that version picks up or kicks in or, gets used a lot or whatever. Otherwise, I think these covers are just, they make my brain hurt. I can't handle it. Maybe I'm too OCD for them. I don't really know. But they just don't do it for me. I don't necessarily have a problem with Dotterman's art. Yeah, I don't expect a cover like this to have incredible gallery level Thors times 50. It's just not possible in the time frames that these guys have to do this stuff. So I'm not going to crush it, although I think it's terrible.
Egg dogs.
Like I said, I'm not delusional. This is not the best art. It's just I'm a sucker, and I'm
the price of 3 eggs.
I'm a sucker. See, here's a lucky thing. If it was a 1 in 50 or 1 in 100, I would have to probably have to pass.
2 things about this book, investment wise. So it's Thor 31. So not a lot of people ordering a lot of Thor at this point.
Mm-hmm.
True.
And when the FOC dropped on this book, it was not obvious on the FOC page on previews. It was you had to do a little search and change the number for it to come up. So you have to put a little extra effort. And this majority of people don't do that. I do because I'm that crazy person who does that. But a lot of people don't do that. So it was hidden for a long time until some of the online stores started mentioning this book is coming. And now are probably going to be after this because a lot of stores probably did not order this unless there's some store exclusives. And well, I don't know about that, but I'm not sure if there is any. But I'm assuming this book might not be highly ordered too as well. So
I can see it being Ghost. Sure.
Yeah.
If the comic book stores didn't see the cover, why would they care of ordering 25 copies?
Yeah.
So I get it.
Possibilities. I'm just letting you know. All right, let's move on. Okay, Immortal X-Men #1 by 1 in 50 by Mark Brooks. And first thing I gotta say, it's not overly shiny. Yay.
Yeah.
It's not covered in grease.
And it's not immoral, it's immortal.
Immoral.
Immoral X-Men.
Immoral X.
What were you doing, Alonzo? What were you doing? What was on your mind, bro?
This is the Zenoscope version of X-Men, apparently. Immoral.
He was staring at this, that's why.
Yeah, he was.
Feeling bad about himself.
I obviously she's wearing a Mr. Sinister cape. That's his style. So I don't know what's going on. I have not read X-Men in 2 years. So
dude, I would much rather have a large omelet than that Donnerman. You're absolutely right.
He said he wasn't gonna murder it.
But you can buy it, flip it, and buy 2 omelets.
That's true.
But I could buy an omelet right now instead, and I would really love an omelet right now.
This is a cool cover. The last few times Mark Brooks been on this show, I kind of trashed him. I actually do like this. I like the Mount Everest vibe in the background. It's everything's well. He could draw feet. That's great.
Is it immoral?
It is immoral, I guess. Yeah.
What? I thought it said immortal. Maybe I read it wrong.
Apologize to Alonzo.
Wow.
The proportions, everything's well. She's not like overly voluptuous like a lot of folks like to draw her. So the cape looks cool. I dig it. I like his little sig. So that's a winner. 1 in 50. Yeah, X-Men fans will definitely be after this, and I could see this book going for more than $50. Mike.
I like this cover a lot, and I do like you said, that he's toned down the shine a little bit. It actually works on some of his covers, but this one would have been a little much with all the metal and stuff going on. So the Sinister cape looks great, lots of great detail. I think it hangs correctly. The background maybe looks a little forced, just to have her sort of fit in that little crack there is a little much for me, but I really do like it. I love Brooks's work. And I think he's right up there in the master category with folks like Ross and stuff like that. So, yeah, this is really, really cool. This is really well done. I like the character too. That doesn't hurt. It's really hard to do whites and grays on whites and grays with blues and stuff like that. They usually get washed out, and we're not feeling that on this one. Lots of cool detail. Everything pops. You're right. Not overly ridiculous, voluptuous mess. It's kind of reined back a little bit. She's hippie, I guess, and there's lots of detail in her parts, but not so much that it's ridiculous. The overall, this is good. Again, 1 in 50. That's a tough sell on an X-Men book right now. I think if it were 1 in 25, I might actually go hunt this down, but at 1 in 50 prices, I'll likely pass.
There might not be a lot of them out there too, so we'll see.
Did you say this was shiny?
No, I said it
No, I'm
was
saying that it's not, and it's nice for once that Brooks isn't overly shiny because he likes to overshine.
I agree with that, and I do like Brooks a lot too. It gives me that Michael Turner. Is it Michael Turner?
Yeah, it does kind of look a little Turnerish.
Yeah,
it
a little bit.
Feels like it a little bit. So I can really dig that. I is it just me, or does her right hand or arm look a little off? Just a little.
Her actual right arm, or the right arm from Marvel?
Her right arm.
The foreshortening of it, you mean?
Yeah, it just looks a little off.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just my TV or my angle.
I'm zoomed in on it. It looks pretty good, I think.
I dig her. I don't dig anything else around her, honestly. You're right. It does feel very claustrophobic with the background.
It's all kind of squishing her into that whatever ravine or whatever that's supposed to be.
Yeah, we're just giving her at that point, because of her outfit and everything, that the details on her. I'd actually have just left the freaking background of Sears catalog background at that point,
or just snow.
Yeah, some snow coming down. Yeah, the mountain in the back is fine.
Maybe just a green screen. Just put in the background.
No, it's better than that background. But 1 in 50. Okay, so I don't know how many stores are getting 1 in 50 of this. I mean, 50 copies. I know it's X-Men, but
it's a number one though.
I get it. It's an X-Men number one, but it's also like you know how it goes with X-Men. There's always these titles that their yearly event, annual events, right? And they never go anywhere. They never get any value. It's not even a hit and miss. It's just barely.
Yeah, this one will drop. There's no doubt about it. So don't buy it out of the gate, folks. This is going to be one that's going to be hot this week because it's Brooks, because it's a 1 in 50, because it's a number one X-Men book. It's going to be hot out of the gate, and then it's going to die, just like they all do. There was a beautiful art germ a couple of years ago that went crazy, 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 and then you can get it for like $30 now. So just relax and wait. Be patient. Don't fall for the FOMO on this one.
Yeah, I totally agree with Mike. It's definitely going to drop.
There's also a B cover of this art.
Oh crap! So it's really going to drop.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a B cover of this. Wow.
Okay. Get the B cover.
Yeah, B cover. $4 or $5.
Does it have that stupid white box with all the symbols and shit?
No, it's worse. It has a big strip across the top.
Oh shit! All right, let's move on. All right, we got a Strange Academy. What issue is this? And this is not straight out. This is not straight Strange Academy, is it? Is this Strange Academy Files?
I thought it was that finals.
Yeah, finals. Yeah.
I thought that was coming out this week.
1 in 25. Oh, they did 1 in 25 for that though.
That's funny because I don't even think they did a 1 in 25 for some of the other earlier issues.
No, they didn't. So maybe this is number one. I don't know. We got to do some research, folks. Patrick Gleason, 1 in 25.
No, it's for finals. It's the cover C. 1 in 25.
Finals number 4.
That's correct.
Wow, 1 in 25, huh? I wonder what's going on for a 1 in 25 then. That's weird.
Maybe they had trouble selling the title like they thought they were gonna, and they want to try to boost sales.
That makes sense.
Possibly. I'll go first. Patrick Gleason. In general, it's nothing wrong with it. Good art. Maybe it's just his style. I'm not a big appreciative of. They're all kind of like their proportions are all of like smaller people. I don't know if that makes sense what I'm saying, but yeah, like their faces, their heads, their torso, their legs, everything seems like smaller. Like everything's just made smaller. So it's cool. Of course, I love the character designs on these characters, but I would not get this as a 1 in 25. Thank God I'm not a completionist on this particular run, like I was on the original first run. I'm just picking the covers I like. So it's definitely a skip for me, but it's not bad, and I'm not going to shit talk it and people buy this. I don't know, maybe something happens and it's a $100 book. So we'll see. We'll find out. Mike.
I actually do think it's pretty bad. Again, A, it's way too busy.
Yeah.
B, all those proportions really bug me. It's weird to me. It almost feels too bright, and actually other pictures I've seen are even brighter. So it's like a real kind of a punch in the face. I just don't like it at all. I don't even really think it's a good A cover, to be honest with you. It might be a cool splash on the interior. Like I could see this being on like a second print, pulling a splash out of the book and throwing it on a second print. But as a 1 in 25, this is really pushing it. This is a hand it back for me.
It's an 8 cover for sure.
Yeah, this should not be a 1 in 25. There shouldn't really even be a 1 in 25 for this book, to be honest, but certainly not this cover. Although the other covers aren't any better for it this week, so I don't know what they would have chosen.
No trading card cover this week?
There is.
There is a yes. I'm sorry. Yes, there is a trading card, and actually, yeah, that's better.
Yeah, that's usually what I grab. Trading card ones.
Yeah. Yep. You're right. There is. It is. It's Desi.
Okay, I'll probably have that. Yeah. Jeff.
So I actually saw this thing on the League of Comics thing too, and I thought it was the A cover. I didn't even click on it because I just thought it was the A cover. This is not an incentive worthy cover, unless that character on the bottom background is someone important first cover maybe, but I doubt it. And I really, honestly, it's not even a good cover for that first appearance anyway. So, unless there's something on the guts of this book, this is not worth 1 in 25 at all. Mike was absolutely right. They shouldn't even have made a ratio for any of these Strange Academy final exam books.
Is this the last one in the series or no?
Maybe it's the last one then? I don't know. I don't know how many issues supposed to be the series. So
chat, tell us anything special about this book. We don't know shit.
So. Yeah, I mean, I'm collecting it. I don't know how many issues supposed to be in this the total for this side comic book. So
yeah, because I love Strange Academy. I think it's a great concept, but this finals thing, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it's if you're a completionist, I get it. The good thing is Strange Academy doesn't have a ton of stuff that you need to complete. So I guess that's your bonus.
Yeah,
I guess you'll have a little money.
Put your money back towards a regular #1 from the first series.
Buy the #1s, a bunch of variants there. That's what.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a couple of cool store exclusive variants for Strange Academy 1.
Yep.
And just the incentives and the A cover. So
yeah, I think I have the Art Adams one, which isn't my favorite, but it's the one I wound up with.
You probably will like the at least the first 15 issues or the first 10 issues there, Moonlit, if you read it. Pick it up. All right. Let's move on here. Uh-oh, losing my voice. We got what is this? Frank Miller's Ronin Book 2, #1. This is a 1 in 25 wraparound by the artist, Frank Miller. Mike, take a crack.
Man, I don't know. Frank Miller, when did Frank Miller lose his way? This isn't good. I love Frank Miller, man. I would swear up and down that Daredevil run of his is like my favorite thing on earth. But God, I just don't like his art ever since he started to do this weird, I don't even know what to call it. It's like this disassembled look to everything. It's very, and I'm cool with impressionistic stuff and all that, but this is not what I want out of this book that existed back when he was drawing in his older style. And it just doesn't match. It doesn't fit the aesthetic that I want it to fit. Plus there's too much trade dress on this thing, and I don't get how it wraps. That's all on the back, I guess. So the front is just a black and white version, essentially, of not great art. I don't like this at all. And Miller, don't get me wrong, he's a legend, but he's not the Miller of old, and I'm not going to pretend like he is.
I'm sorry, Jeff.
At first I was like, just from afar away, I was like, oh, that looks cool. and then I get closer and I see the details of the face and some of the choices he made to cover up other people's faces. I mean, it's just kind of weird. The pose, it's not good. It's not. Honestly, I'd rather have the characters gone in the background only at this point, because it's just whatever. And it feels like he's trying to homage, like, what's that movie or that book? Is it the young cub one?
Lone Wolf and Cub.
Yes, Lone Wolf and Cub. It feels like that, right?
Talk about great covers. Those Sienkiewicz covers. Holy crap, those are good.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to match him on that. So this is the no to me. Oh,
I know. Yeah. On a side note, I actually have his first art on, or the first Marvel art on in my pull, that Daredevil cover with SpiderMan.
Oh yeah. That's a sensational, or Peter Parker, right?
Yeah. It's in my pull.
Yeah.
My shop has it.
It's a great book.
I don't know, man. I agree with you guys. It's just his art in the last 20 years has really taken a dive. It's just not for me. I'm not going to trash this legend here, but
I get that artists do this, right? Like they'll somewhere in their career they'll take a tangent and they'll do something cool and different that has, it makes sense to them, and oftentimes you can find something. Picasso is a great example, right? He was a realist until he invented Cubism, and then Cubism was weird but cool and different, and you could see why people like it. But I have a problem with this particular tangent that this legend has taken. So I'll just remember him for all the great stuff that he did when I grew up reading comics, and pretend this isn't the same guy.
And you know what? We'll leave it as that, and we'll move on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Frank Miller's a shit no matter what.
Right. I love Frank Miller. That's why I didn't want to say too much.
Me too. Me too.
All right. Okay. Okay. We got Draculina Blood Simple number 1 in 20 by Lucio Barrio. I know Mike's the big fan of Barrio, I believe, if I remember correctly. So Jeff, start off. Jeff.
Oh, sorry. I like that the purple background gives me Kohan vibes.
I know, right?
Right? Like I'm going back to that that cover from was it Bird City?
Yeah.
So
they're beginning to influence each other.
However, it she still kicks this butt.
On that cover, yeah.
It's just I can't, as an unfair comparison. I'm so sorry, Lucio. But I love his work too. It's this one is I kind of find it funny that this one has a little more light to it, because a lot of his are also a little bit darker sometimes and a little shadowy, and so I kind of dig the fact that I don't know where the light's coming from because the moon's behind her. So I hope
flashlight
might be. But yeah, it's okay just because the shoulder arm doesn't look right. I'm not getting the depth there. It looks too close to the neck, looks too close to the shoulder.
Yeah, there's no musculature to her arm.
Yeah, there's nothing there. He just got lazy there.
Yeah, no detail to it.
But I like the background. I like the hair, and the face is okay too. Left hand's okay too. But as I go down the fingers and more, it kind of looks weird. So
yeah, the arms are not good.
Would I get it? No. I bet you there's a cover has a trade dress on it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I would do.
Sure. If you really want it, right?
Yeah, if I really wanted it, I get the regular.
All right, Mike. Go for it.
I mean, I love Perillo's work, and I love the fact that, when we're thinking about artists that churn out multiple covers per week, right? Like Momoko and others. And we are like, oh, well, we get it. She's kind of rushed. She has to do 4 covers for this week or whatever. So does this guy. And he does this shit. These are his rushed covers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this still smokes. 90% of the covers that are out this week, maybe even a higher percentage than that. Yeah, there's some little problems. That arm is a little like thick and sort of like
Jello.
Yeah, jelly. Yeah, I don't know. But I do like other aspects of it. The face is fantastic. The eye makeup, detail in the lips, really
The
great.
makeup is on point.
Yeah, makeup's on point. The look is great. He's great about eyes. The hair is super detailed. He's masterful. I don't buy them all because my house would be overrun with Perillo covers because I buy 3 of them every week. But I think it's Vampirella Strikes this week is a better cover. But we all got hosed on that butt cover 2 weeks ago where they covered it up. So
really?
They put chainmail and they did it weird too. It wasn't it didn't even fall right. I don't mind them covering that up and saying, we're trying to go in a new direction. We're going, Darkwing Duck, gargoyles. We're trying to be a little bit more family oriented. We're not going to do like bare butts. I get it, but like don't ruin art. Come on, man. Like, just don't publish it. Let him put that on something else somewhere down the road. Don't like destroy it. So, but either way, I'm on a tangent. I still think this is really good. He didn't just go for overt sexuality on this one either. It's just kind of flirty rather than just being like boobs out everywhere. So I dig that. I like the moon. It's a really good cover. It won't go for $20. You'd be hard pressed to even pay more than 10 for it, more than likely. So if you like Perillo and you want to snag it, I think this is an easy buy. But you're right. There's a trade dress version that you're going to be able to get for $3. So it's fantastic. If this is a rushed cover, give me these all day.
If this is rushed, God, what are the other artists doing?
Right, and these are all fully oil painted. These are not digital.
It's crazy.
Fully oil painted.
Yeah. As I was trying to
say earlier. And so are Carla Cohen's, by the way.
Dynamite, the Vivid of comic books.
You're right. Cinemax of comic books.
Yeah, like my wife's comments. The mic is on and she's just talking smack in the background. All right.
That's okay. I can take it.
Let's move on.
I love
Store exclusives. And we're done with the incentive. No more incentives for this week. And let's move on. We got here Deja Forest #1 from Marvel Comics, Anti-Hero Gallery in 616, another Perillo. The LE, we're not sure. It looks like the cost is $20. That's pretty affordable nowadays. I'll take a crack at this first.
Trish.
It looks rushed. Me spending 3 days coloring one card.
It's like we always say, Trish. These are sorcerers. Like this is a different. These people are not fair. They're not even human. So like. Then there's only don't worry, there's only like 5 of them that exist, so you can't do that to yourself. That's not fair. You don't do the same. You don't even do the same style, so that's not. Be better on yourself. That's not fair.
This is a better cover for Perillo. The one prior. This is a really good cover, honestly, in my opinion.
So good.
Just me, just looking at it, it's really good. It's really simple. I don't know what's going on. It's a pretty girl covered in jewelry, and she's in chains. It looks like.
So there's a bondage aspect going on.
Yeah, but she's like really chilling in a really nice room, so she's not too stressed out with life here. So, and it's weird. I know that's not his decision, but the character design of that scarab or beetle, whatever flower gold thing attached to her forehead. That's definitely attached to her forehead. That's interesting. This is great for $20, dude. This is for you buying this piece of art for $20. And it's got to be somewhat limited. I'm assuming it was from a store exclusive. Anybody know the limitation on this?
I want to say it was 500. Let me check that out.
Okay, well, you take a look at that.
It was advertised in sets with 2 other artists' work. I can't remember who, but I got an email about this one. I'll look it up while you guys talk.
Okay. I don't know about I'm not too familiar with this character, Brooklyn. I'm not sure if his skin tone's too pale, but it's just artist preference. I guess at this point, people do whatever they want, right? But it's a great cover, Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, detail wise, everything looks awesome. Can I say anything bad about it?
It's tough.
I mean, some of the choices, or I don't know why we don't see her eyes. She's looking down. Is she worried? Maybe that's it. I don't know.
They're closed, no? I think they're
Yeah,
closed.
they look closed, or she looks like she's looking downwards.
I
But
guess
you're probably right. She's probably
he
closed.
should be a makeup artist because his makeup's always on point, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. I bet you he is a good makeup artist if you really wanted to.
Probably, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with this. It's a number one, store exclusive. If it's limited to 500, I don't know.
I'm trying to find it. I can't find it.
That's a good number for 5. Well, that's basically 2 or like
I don't know,
one something a store.
For an India Deja Thoris, I'd probably have lowered that to like 250, 300.
So,
right, but it is Perillo. It's good art. I can't really complain about the art, honestly. There's really nothing I can complain. It's actually beautiful. If I didn't know it was on a comic book, I would have just thought it was a painting. So that's how good the art is. So I can't complain about it. Is it worth $20? Yeah, I think that's a good price.
I don't know. No, I don't personally draw. I think none of us personally draw. We just buy a lot of art for so our money.
Do I have an art background? No, not a professional one, sir.
No, I guess I'm the closest. I've done like Photoshop and 3D rendering and all that stuff. I've done that digital art stuff in the past. I'm not a pro at it and all that. I definitely play with it. It's definitely very, very hard. And we appreciate everybody's artists here. They're all work a lot harder. It's just we gotta hold them somewhat. We just have our preferences, and some we like.
In most cases, what we're doing here, Scott, is we're comparing artists against themselves, right? The work that we've seen from them that we know we can expect on their best day. And, a guy like Perillo, for instance, is masterful even on his worst day. So sometimes it may seem like we prefer certain artists over others, and maybe we do. But it's not because we're not trying to bash anyone. And no, I don't have an art degree either, although I do work I do a lot of art on my own. I work in oil. I do use pastels. I have tried my hand at animation, things like that. I am not great at it, that's for sure, but I at least understand the workings of the media a little bit, at least the physical media. I've never tried digital art, but and I know how hard it is to get these things to happen on a canvas, whatever that canvas is, whether it's cardboard, paper, actual canvas, whatever it is. And so when I see a piece like this is astounding work. I mean, this is magical shit. The fact that someone can do this with a fucking brush is unbelievable to me. I mean, you walk into galleries, paintings that are worth millions of dollars that aren't as good as this. And that's unbelievable that we get spoiled like that in comics.
Thanks,
Scott.
We
can get a piece like this on a freaking $3 print. Who cares? Honestly, I don't care if this is Deja Thoris. It's such a beautiful piece of art. Yep. I could care less. This book will never be worth anything. It's Deja Thoris. It's dynamite. No one cares. But it's so freaking beautiful that I can't.
I just read that.
Some of these, I seem like he's trying to be banned from Italy. What? No, I liked Mattina. Wait, I liked Mattina tonight. I like Perillo tonight. I love Delato. I love all the Italians.
Most of the times we kiss the Italian's ass in the show. So
yeah, I'm kissing Italians' ass all the time because they're fucking great artists right now. They're the ones, man. But this piece is unbelievably good. I mean, I don't know if I care about what the subject matter is, but if I'm looking at it from an artistic standpoint, just the mastery of the media alone is so outstanding and astonishing that I mean, I might even buy the damn thing. There is no limitation on the website. They do not say. So I have no idea what the print run is. I'm assuming it's rather small, but I mean, geez.
And that's usually the ultimate judge, right? Your pocket, your wallet.
Yeah, it's literally just buy what you like. And I mean,
that's our model around here.
I'd be hard pressed. I bet you'd all be hard pressed to show me a cover that's more masterfully done than this week.
Yeah, it's like they'll be covers good as this. Is it going to be better? That's hard. It's a tall order.
Carla Cohen's Zenoscope book this week, her Grimm's Fairy Tales, which is equally as magical. I mean, I don't know. There's not many, if there are any. And he churned this out along with a Vampirilla Strikes, that Draculina, and at least one other cover. Like, a Red Sonja Vampirella cover. There's 4 covers like this from this guy this week. What?
I know it's insane.
That's a lot of painting he's been doing lately.
And they're all really oil because you can really buy them for many thousands of dollars. But they exist in real life on real canvas with real oil paint.
You can't really honestly, like even us just looking at this, we could not really appreciate this if we because we don't see the original. That original is probably out of this freaking world.
I'm about to have a real Carl Cohn in my world soon. And I cannot wait to see that thing in person.
I can't wait either.
And it's just on a blank cover because that's all I could afford. It's going to be a bust, but it's going to be in oil. And I can't wait to actually see that technique in person in my hand or on my wall. So I would love a Perillo too. Eventually, I'd like to have one of his. And I don't care what it is. He could draw a cow for all I care.
You hear it, folks. Stay tuned to that. Let's move on. All right. That's what we got here. Ooh. This is a nice one too. Well, depends on what point of view. This is Nathan Zerdy from Unknown Comics and same group of folks here. On this one. We also don't know the limitation on this one. This is a little more expensive here, $50. What's a set? So obviously the Virgin's 30 and the trade is 20. I'll give. This is a MegaCon Orlando exclusive. It looks like as well.
It looks like.
Yeah. So.
That explains the price.
Yeah, I'm a big Psylocke mark. I've bought store exclusives with this character on it. In general, it's a good cover. It's definitely there's a lot of competition with this character. A lot of great covers in the past. Is it up there with those covers? No. Is it a back cover? No. But it's a little highly digital. Which is not a bad thing. It's just I don't know. It's just some.
You're right, Katie.
Yeah, it's like an older. It's like a taller version of Mila Kunis with a badass sword. I hate that MegaCon Orlando fucking logo on the bottom. That kind of kills it.
Yeah, it makes you buy the set so you get the Virgin, so you don't have to display the one with MegaCon on it.
Yeah, dude, look at all that text on this cover on the regular trade one with the Marvel logo, with the XMen logo, and this stupid Walmart logo over here on the bottom.
It does look bad.
Yeah, the Virgin's cool. I guess I do like it in general. I like it. It's not the greatest we've seen, but I do like it. It's just it's cool. I love the line work, the coloring, this version of the female.
It's because it's not Supergirl.
All right, Jeff, you take a crack at this. What do you think?
Okay, like you said, kind of at first thought, I thought, oh, okay, it's not too bad. Okay, I don't know if I want to step over this line because this is.
I agree. By the way,
this is thin ice. But I might step on it anyways. Okay, so obviously the MegaCon thing is already crap. I don't like seeing that on the front. I want it. If you want to have that, put it on the fucking back. I don't care.
100%.
100%.
It does not belong there. The colors don't match. Art has a theme, and you just blew up the whole theme by putting that on there.
Yep.
Second, Psylocke has always looked Asian to me.
She's back to being Asian because I thought there was multiple versions of her.
I know, I understand that, but the version that I've always been accustomed to,
with all we love,
and I'm not going to be the guy who says get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn, mother. But
it looks like a different person's head on Psylocke's body. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, it looks like Mila Kunis' head on Psylocke's body.
It's just kind of what they said, right?
It's kind of Asian looking.
Drawing wise, art wise, everything else, I'm okay. I'm not mad at it at all. I dig the power set, the powers that you see her using. I wish I could have seen more of the sword, maybe.
Yeah. With the glow.
Yeah. But it's not.
It's almost
worth $50 to me.
No, it's not.
It's XMen number 20.
Oh, yeah.
What's going to be inside? Honestly, that's going to make me go, oh, I need to get a store exclusive of this.
No.
I like Zerdy.
We all like Surdy here.
So, yeah, I have to pass for the price alone, and the fact that MegaCon damn thing is on there in the front.
Oh, yeah, that just kills.
I can throw away the fact that she doesn't look like the Psylocke that I like. She looks fine, but those 2 issues, I'm out. Price and the MegaCon thing, yeah.
Mike.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same as all you guys. It looks a little overly digital. Doesn't really look like Psylocke to me. Too much crazy, weird trade dresses on all that, and I don't really. Again, I like Zerdy too, and this almost doesn't even feel like a Zerdy to me.
Yeah,
which is sort of weird, and that's a problem. I really like his work, and this one just doesn't hit for me. And $50 is too much on something like this, which is clearly a 3,000, 1,000, even though they don't say it. So, this is a hard pass. And I agree. By the way, Solo Wookie, crayons. Are you talking about like pastel crayons? Because pastels are awesome to work with. It's like oil paint that you can control without a brush. It's pretty great.
All right. Well, let's
what Selena works in, by the way, and that's why those are so beautiful.
I think
for fantastic artists.
I think we're all just disappointed. This could have been a lot more better.
Agreed. And like you said, Psylocke is up against some pretty awesome covers. A couple of great Brooks covers, a really wonderful Ant-Man variant with from Jenny Frisson. If you like Campbell, there's a couple of great Campbells. I mean, geez, the list goes on and on.
Yeah, there's a ton. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, Street Fighter. All right, Street Fighter. Spectral Comics, Scorpion. Did Scorpion come and release it? I don't think they released it, but Spectral did. This is a Tyler Kirkman limited 400, costs $30. I am the Street Fighter homer here on this particular show. I'll go first, and then we'll let the not the Street Fighter homers go after me. I was a big critic of the Gyu because that was a total just suckering us in, and I resisted on that one. There's something about it, I couldn't do it. I fell for the trap on this one. So, because this is Street Fighter 1, this book's been reprinted to death. But I don't know. This one just spoke to me more. It's very similar. It's literally the same idea. It's the Sears background with the outline glow around the body of the character. It's just a very ripped Ryu. He's definitely eating a lot of protein.
I don't know what proteins he's eating to get that ripped, bro.
I need a protein shake right now.
That body is expensive, dude. There's a lot of money invested in that body. Yeah, dude. This is like a thoroughbred right here.
He's so beefy.
I have similarly rounded parts on my body.
Yeah. And then we all woke up and we realized, oh no. I think it's sold out, if I remember correctly. So it's investment-wise, it's a good piece because these will carry value in the future because they will disappear into the collection of Street Fighter fans because they don't sell their books. They're like G.I. Joe fans or Star Wars fans. They disappear. Yeah. It cost $30, reasonable. I bought it. I liked it. So I put my money where my mouth is on this one. So I had to pick it up. Jeff, you're more of a moderate Street Fighter fan.
Okay, so I remember the day you sent this to our chat.
Yeah.
And I laughed because I go, you were buying this even though you said you weren't.
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew you bought it because I asked you twice.
The worst part is that I now regret not buying the Gaia because now I don't have the set.
I was wondering, I was like, you said you skipped the last one, and I was like, why'd you get this one? I thought you were gonna skip this too.
Yeah, that's it. Now, and the worst part was when I was buying it, because I was jumping on it really fast to buy it, I didn't realize I actually still had some of the Gaius paired up with this one as a set. So they kept the Gaius that technically sold out. That's what pisses me off. They say they sell out, but they don't. They had a few guys left, and they had to pair it up for $50. But I wasn't paying attention, and I just bought this one. So I'm like, I'm not going back and buying the set. Yeah, it was a cluster that morning for myself. So yeah,
he's got 22-inch pythons too, huh? Yeah. So when I saw it, okay, I go typical Kirkham.
Yeah,
overdone 90s kind of
big jaw.
Yeah, Dude's got more muscles than I think any person has. Period.
Mr. Olympia,
He's
maybe.
definitely got more veins than any normal person should have either.
So veiny.
And he's so top heavy, like his waist. I feel like all he has to do is like you flick him on the top of his head, his top half might just crack off. Like that's how ridiculous it is. But saying all of that, I weirdly dig it, especially with the stupid color blast like background.
So
color
bad,
blast
so
Sears background.
Bad.
It just reminds me of posters that I used to get in the 90s.
Yeah.
That's why.
That's why you get to, man.
So it's a silly homage for me. So I dig it. For the price is actually not bad for the limitation too. At least it's a decent Kirkham. I can tell you a lot of the Kirkhams lately have not been that great. All this damn, especially those whatnot ones. So yeah, this one's okay. I'll give Big Rob a pass on this just for this once.
You know, the worst part is that he did right. You know he's coming with more. He's gonna do Ken,
of course,
Balrog, Chanli, like always, and Cammy, and maybe Sanjeev. He'll go to the gamut, and I'm effed. Mike,
you're never gonna believe this.
You like it?
I fucking love it.
Oh wow!
I actually love it. It's exactly what it's supposed to be.
It's over the top.
It is over the top, ridiculous 90s video game nonsense done in a realistic way. I fucking love it. It's exactly what it should be. He nails it. It's ridiculous. Fans need to have this book. I will not be buying this book because I don't buy any of the other ones. But if this were my jam, this book would have to be in my collection. There's no doubt about it. So, yeah, I know that completely shocks everybody because you wouldn't normally think that I would like it. But I think it's done really, really well, especially for what it is. And it crushes, man. It slams. It's exactly what it's supposed to be. It's great.
Woohoo! Positive Mike.
$30 is a little steep, but for a 400 limitation, that's not so bad.
And this is hilarious. This comment. I could probably find the purple lasered one I have from my middle school, high school days.
Oh, the laser one? That is true.
The purple laser one for sure.
Oh man. Well, we all like it. I thought I'd be on my own on this one, but all right. More Street Fighter. So, all right, this Cammy. Why Cammy? How is Cammy so popular with artists? It's just avalanche of Cammys the last 3 years, dude. It's oh my god. I'm not even sure. I'm assuming this is Cammy 1. It has to be Cammy 1. The Great Wall of Comics is the vendor here, limited to 400, and the artist is Ivan Talavera. Cost $80. I'll go last on this one. Mike, go first.
It's too digital for me. I do like the lines of it. I really do. I actually like the foreshortening. The arm coming right out at us is really cool. I particularly like the one all the way down on the right. From a rendering standpoint, if I had to choose between the three, obviously I would have to buy the set, which I would want anyway. Obviously, the butt is beautiful. You know me.
Everybody agrees with you.
Just like the butt guy. I mean, and this is a very nicely shaped buttocks. So the understanding of that part of the anatomy is very well done. Although the waist is a little small. I don't like the piece overall. I just think it's too digital, but I don't hate the cover. I'm not mad at it. Put it that way. But I would never buy it for $80. Not even. I mean, I wouldn't even buy one of them for $30. So, no, I'd rather have the Ryu, to be honest.
And
like by a lot.
If you guys think that she's jacked on this one, wait, I'm gonna show you one later in a little bit. Go ahead, Jeff.
Okay, so. I'm going to agree with Mike on the buttocks. Wow. I'm not a huge, don't get me wrong. I'm a guy.
You're not a big butt fan? Don't say it.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm a guy. I can look at good butt covers, but I'm not a guy. I'm not like Alonzo or Mike who actually collect them more than I do. Okay. I'm trying to be fair. I'm trying to put numbers here. I'm not trying to put you guys in a big thing. I'm just saying it's more than I get them. Okay.
I don't have like a short box of butt covers, bro.
But I guarantee you got a lot more than I got in the sense of I probably got 2.
Okay, yeah, all right, fine. I probably have like 15 or 20. You're right.
So in that sense, I can agree. This is actually a really cool butt cover. But if that said, you're right. To digital, the pose is whatever. It just doesn't do it for me in the sense of like it doesn't get me excited. Butt stuff alone. The butt cover alone, leave that alone. But I can't imagine paying $80 for this set.
It's tough.
Honestly.
It's tough. Yeah,
it's tough. Especially for fans. Rob, you're a fan. I mean, are you going to buy this for $80?
No, because I've been buying Street Fighter covers left and right the last fucking month, though, and no. I already spent a lot of money on Street Fighter covers. But in general, I do like it, and particularly like the one on the right, the UK version with the UK Union Jack in her outfit. That is something that she's not usually drawn a lot with. She's typically drawn her with green or like that blue one or a white one or other more like bikini tops, whatever, and all that. But in general, I do like it. But no, dude, that one's cool. Let's take. You think she's jacked there?
Oh my gosh!
Let's take a look at this.
Apollo's right.
Came out today. Is this one Carnivore Comics?
Whoa.
This it's really, of course, it's supposed to go on sale this Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern. This is a cameo number 1, like the other one. What do you think about this one, fellas?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'll start.
I don't know.
That is a beefy girl.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh,
she's definitely cross-training.
The fact that he gave her thigh gap, it just blows my mind. Okay.
Yeah. How does that work?
That literally blows my mind.
Yeah. How does that work?
Oh yeah. This feels like she looks like, okay, I'm so sorry, women. I really am, because this is not the majority of you. She feels like those women who wanted to be so thick and curvy. You got injections everywhere.
Yeah.
Implants everywhere. And they are so over the top Jessica Rabbit looking now. That's kind of what this character is, but with muscles. This is a little bit much. And like the waist part of her looks like it's a different body than the top half and the bottom half.
This is Miguel Mercado that did this. Am I reading that right?
Yeah, Miguel Mercado, limited to 500. It goes on sale this Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Of course, the actual release date is March 22nd. For all these cameo covers are all from cameo number 1. She has her own issue.
My biggest problem with this cover is the face, to be honest with you. The rest of it is like the same kind of aesthetic as that Ryu cover, just over the top 90s ridiculousness. But the face doesn't do it for me, and I don't like the white background.
She looks German to me.
I honestly feel like those are the 2 worst parts of it. The rest of it I could handle just because of the extreme nature of the subject matter. That's sort of what it's supposed to be. But I have a problem with the face and the background being white. That's my biggest problem with it, which seems ridiculous considering all the other aspects of this cover. But
how about the thigh knee area?
Yeah, that weird overlap is strange to me. That's probably the way that would actually work naturally, but it still doesn't look right.
Yeah, why is she wearing a beeper on her thigh?
She looks like
it's a knife.
They look like 2 legs. They look like a leg from 2 different people, and they're facing each other like knee to knee. It's like they're like next to each other. It looks so weird.
Yeah, I feel you. The weird part is he made her really big everywhere, but the typical plays they usually make her big as her chest, and not on this one. It's he went the opposite. Yeah, it's more very athletic, obviously on her chest.
There's no neck.
Make
That's
her
why.
boobs bigger than her head.
She's very, very attentive to her Brazilian appointments, apparently.
That's what I was gonna. I didn't want to say that.
Yeah, this is another expensive body, right? Just to maintain this.
Exactly.
All the maintenance on her is it's gotta be. She's spending hundreds of dollars every week on herself. But regardless, because I am a Street Fighter mark, I actually do like it. I do like it, no matter what. Even with the deformation on her thigh and the white.
But there's a thigh gap.
Background. Yeah, that I thought that was weird. That makes no sense. If she has big thighs, there should be no clear line of sight.
Yeah, that left hip bone is gone.
With that crossed over leg, you would never have that.
Yeah, that's just weird. That seems forced. But everything else I like. It's a different version of Cammy. At least I can appreciate that. It's totally different. I've never seen her look like China from the WWF. So it's like
that is actually on the mark.
It is on the mark.
Yeah, so I had to present this because this does not make our slideshow, but this got dropped today on IG by Carnivore Comics. So limited to 500, it'll probably sell out.
Yeah,
it probably will.
Yeah. So what was it? There's a price point on this. I don't see a price point on this.
I feel like in a few years we look back and we go, "What the hell were we thinking that it was okay?"
Yeah, probably. Although I'll still like that Ryu though. And I'll still like that Deja Thoris from Perillo.
That's true.
I don't know. I that went over my head, Apollo. What do you mean, Luke? Luke Skywalker?
Is there a Luke Street Fighter character?
I don't know. He lost me on that one.
That's all right. He'll I'm sure he'll.
Yeah, isn't there Luke the blonde? Isn't there a blonde guy named Luke in Street Fighter?
I haven't played Street Fighter. They lost me.
Part 5.
Oh, see, I didn't play 5, Apollo. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My PS5 is in my Amazon card. I haven't bought a PS5.
I finally saw a PS5 in stock at a Walmart yesterday for the first time in 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, they're on Amazon now. You go to Amazon right now, and they're all available. All the different versions of PlayStation and Xbox.
It's because they're already talking about doing another version of it. That's probably why people stop buying it.
That, and you've reached the point where people aren't trying to spend money.
That's true. Yeah, they have no what do they call those checks that we were getting? The stimulus checks are gone.
No free money.
No free money.
There is the Street Fighter 6 coming out, and there is a whole comic book run with that as well, coming from Udon. And that's on the feature. So the think Cammy covers are a lot. Wait until you see that shit. So, all right, let's move on to the end. What do we have here, Mr. Mike?
All right. Well, first of all, Solo Wookie, to answer your question, I do buy Playboy, but I buy them for the Varga girls. Just so you know, I'd rather look at the Varga drawings than the real photos in most cases, which is kind of weird. But
hey, those comics are good.
That is weird.
Those are good comics.
The Vargas are beautiful, man. Those are cool. But
sure.
Of course, I also like the pictures. So you can find me on CBSI. That's comicbookinvest.com every week. Tuesday, Cover Fire drops every week. It is my antithesis to this podcast, which is all the covers I think are beautiful that are only cover price covers, no incentives, no store exclusives. This week is a big week for good, not great covers, but there's a few really great covers too. So check that out tomorrow on CBSI. Drops around 11 o'clock Eastern. And then what I'm doing with Cover Tunes is every other week. Writing this week's coming up. If you saw last week's, it was a Valentine's Day special, which was very weird. It was actually issue number 214, which dropped on 214. And I did not plan that. It was crazy that awesome. Happened. When I typed it into the title, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe that's actually what it landed on. So yeah, last week was Valentine's Day and next week's will be a Transformer special. So look forward to that. It's really just my weird brain and covers I like that I think are either under the radar or people have forgotten about or are not worth enough or are beautiful for some reason that people ignore or whatever it is. So next week is going to be actually the girls of Transformers.
Awesome.
Wow. Yep.
And that's a I'm sure that has something to do with your little son too.
It does. Yeah, absolutely. He's super into RC and Alita and Chromia and Black Arachnia and all those characters right now. So I'm going to try to tackle at least one or two of my favorites from each of those characters next time around.
It's awesome that he's so into the bots, man.
Yeah, he really loves it right now, and he realizes there's like underrepresentation of the girls, and he's pissed about it.
I love it.
and I talked about how much I was pissed as a kid that they never made RC as a G1 Transformer. I'm still pissed about it, actually, all these years later. So I just bought the masterpieces, which I actually really like. I know everyone says her chest is too low, but I don't care. It's a beautiful figure. Not to get all Rob's toy box on everybody, Saturday morning toy box, but that's a beautiful figure. If you're looking for a replacement for your non G1 RC, go buy that masterpieces. It's worth it. It's really awesome. That's all I got.
That's awesome.
All right, let's
go check out those articles, please.
Thank you.
All right, let's upcoming shows that we have here. Of course, Jeff, you can tackle this one.
Yeah. We got the comic book women market report on Tuesday. So tune in tomorrow on the Nearing Nerdvana channel, and you'll find Nearing Nerdvana doing their the CBW market report. We talk about different characters, artists, writers, maybe something that's going on in pop culture that's related to comic books. So go check them out. They give good information. They are amazing. They know their stuff, and that's what I love to see. And you get a point of view that's not, us, not males.
Speaking of underrepresentation in the female community, comic books are very male. It's very nice. This is one of the few podcasts I actually really look forward to. They know what they're doing. Yes. It is fun. They have fun. They have a great rapport with each other. This is a great show. If you're not watching this show, you are very much missing out. You really should be watching this show. It's really good.
You get a lot of good information. Go check them out. Yep. Every Tuesday.
Hey, Team Freddy, welcome.
What up?
All right, let's move on to the next one here. And of course, this also on Wednesday, we got a Mondo mail call. When do we have a guest this week?
Not that I know of. Okay, so we were supposed to have a guest this week, but I believe she had to reschedule.
Oh yeah, no guest this week. That's right.
So we are free to just hang out. We'll probably talk more about what's going on in the Week in Geek, and I'm sure a lot of us all have pickups to talk about.
I got books this week. I got books.
Mike, if you're free, you're always welcome to join in. But I don't know.
Shitload of G1 box Transformers I picked up over the last week.
Maybe you should show them all.
I don't know if that counts. I don't know if you want me to show comics.
That absolutely counts.
Yeah, we show toys all the time. So
I picked up some G1s and I showed them off.
And I got some books too. I got 5 really good books over the last week or 2.
You're welcome anytime, sir.
Thank you, then maybe we'll see Mike on Wednesday.
Possibly.
Well, there you go.
Wednesday, 7 West Coast, 10 East Coast.
Correct.
Nice.
PM.
Correct.
All right, and we don't have a slide. We should get a slide here soon. But on Thursdays, it is Long Story Short with Yi and Ben and rest of the fellas on Long Story Short. Great show. Check it out. What time to start on Thursdays? I don't remember the start time.
I want to say it's 6:30, but 6 o'clock, 6:30.
Between 6 or 7, and that's usually when they start. Yeah, just turn on notifications on that on our channel here at Near Nirvana, and you'll definitely get notified.
Yeah, they talk about those ghosts and rare books.
Lords of Brooklyn, I blame Hasbro for the death of Optimus Prime. They wanted to push their next line of toys, so they killed him.
I agree. They're bastards. They're greedy, dumb bastards.
They wanted to sell Blur and Cup and Hot Rod and Ultra Magnus and all those characters, so they killed them off so they could market their next group of toys. Bastards. You can't kill Optimus. And they figured that out real fast and brought him right back.
Well, at least we got Weird Al in the Transformers universe. So
yeah. Dare to be stupid.
I don't understand how you make a decision. That's your decision that you make to push more new robots. I don't understand the decision, but
and I like the movie characters. There is nothing wrong with Optimus Prime to market them correctly.
I agree.
All right.
They killed all of them. They killed Ironhide. They killed Ratchet. They killed a lot of characters in that scene.
We're passionate about our bots around here.
Yes.
Nobody seems to care about them.
Racist.
Ratchet got smoked, bro.
Oh no! All robots lives matter.
All right. So on Friday, it's also the girls are back with the Nerdvana variety show. Check out it's wow. Damn, I'm pretty bad with the start times. Beast Wars is huge. I gotta put down the butts.
That's the subtitle of cover two,
Butts-
by the way. 'cause
butts
that's
and
basically all we're talking
bots.
about.
Check out here Nerdvana
Star
variety
Wars
show on
butts and
Friday
bots.
nights. Our Friday nights, I believe it's before the top 10 with Brian and Ben. But yeah, check it out. I believe that's
I think it's 6:35.
between 6 or 7.
I think
Sorry,
it's 6:35 actually.
that's West Coast. We're talking West Coast time.
Yes.
Too, so this is obviously a lot later East Coast. So maybe 5, yeah, a little earlier because I know there's them, then the top 10, then Brooke and Chad after that. So yeah, check it out. Friday nights. It's a great show as well.
I love how Starscream dies in that thing, though. Like,
That is true.
like
I
Ash-
love Starscream. I was not happy.
like Ash.
Um,
The way he
All right,
died
if
is
you
so
like
cool.
Transformers, stop on by Saturday morning Toy Blocks, 10 a.m. West Coast, 1 p.m. East Coast, where me, Jeff, Charlie, and Steve will review this week's solicitations, re-releases, and pre-orders in the toy world. We Google Gaga for toys, and we will discuss all the most expensive shit and the most cheapest shit in the toy world. This illustration here of all these different toys is a good depiction of what we talk about, and obviously is more adult oriented. So stop on by. 10 a.m. West Coast, 1 p.m. East Coast. Let's have some toy fun on here on Nerdvana. All right. And Jeff.
Yeah, so just like earlier today before the show, our movies and shows review show is going to be on Monday, 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be reviewing episode 7 of The Last of Us. That show has been great. I hope you guys have been watching it, and if you haven't, I suggest you tune in and check it out, and see if you like it yourself.
I actually watched episode 2, Jeff.
Shut up. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you skipping something else?
Do you have a fever?
I might actually get to episode 3 by the end of the month. All right. Let's move on. Announcements. Hear ye. Oh, skip one. Use code Nerdvana14 for 30 days. Unlimited cover price for 99 cents. New members and basic members. So remember, use that code Nerdvana14 and you get 30 days for unlimited cover price for 99 cents. All for new members and basic members only. So Nerdvana 14.
That's
Also,
great.
save 10% on your purchase with WeGoVersityComics.com. Save 10% off your purchase using the code TNH10 at checkout. So TNH10 and save 10% on BirdCityComics.com. And we also got here DisplayGeek.com. Save 10% with the code word Team Nerd on your first purchase of their beautiful Funko Pop displays. I always point out Jeff's stuff in the background because it's right there, right behind you. That's those are the displays. So check out DisplayGeek.com. More things coming with him as well. More stuff on his website. So check out his website and you'll probably dig it. So Team Nerd is 10%. Try it out. And that's it. Looks like that's it. Yep. Is that it? Yeah. Yep. That's it. So boom. Stop screen. Stop sharing, Robert. All right, there you go.
Talking himself now.
Oh my God. So,
Mike's had enough of you.
I missed it. I was looking at the screen. What was
I
I
don't
doing?
know what happened. I don't know. He either got disconnected or accidentally hit the button.
It must have been the UFOs over there disrupting the signal.
Hilarious.
Ice pirates. Yeah. So that's it. That's the show. That's all we got. Sticking to it. Any final words, Jeff, before we leave?
No. Just one more thing to promote on March 12th, Sunday here in Orange County, Anaheim, California. There is going to be Near Mint Sundays, which is a local comic con, and it's going to be held at the Brookhurst Community Center. So drop on by. It's free parking, free entry. Over 50 different vendors. Some, well, there's going to be a handful of them, or at least collectors. So you're going to get some good deals. Then check them out. Yeah, go follow Near Mint Sundays. You can find out what's going on there. And I mean, you can see all the people digging. So that's the great part about it. You also get to see other people from the community there. You'll see Azor's Tiger, Coffee and a Comic, Nakazo Comics. Who else is there? Myself, Big Rob,
Look,
Diesel
all the
Dan.
collectors in the Southern California area. So stop on by, man. Free admission, free parking, tons of comic books. You get great deals: silver, golden, bronze, copper, modern, all that stuff. First pre-order says key books, origins, all that stuff. We probably will have food and probably have music as well. I think we did the last few times. So it's a big. It's not like a small little ballroom. This is a big warehouse kind of vibe too. There's a ton of people there selling books. So a ton of books in this location. So if you're in Southern California, you're in Arizona, drive over here, man. Check it out.
Might be worth it.
Yeah. All right. And is that it?
That is it, sir. I think we lost Mike for the rest of the night. I think
Mike went in my AMA. The UFOs took him, man. I'll close it out and you press the buttons. How about that, Jeff?
All right, hold on. Let me get to the buttons first.
We don't have our dad Alonzo to manage all this. If you want to do it right, be a comic whore for life.
Peace out. Thank you.